Someone join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Ellen, what, have we got any minutes? No?
No,
Thank you. Any reports?
I have none.
None? Commissioners, anything? No correspondence?
I have none.
Quick calendar review.
Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Beaverhead Deer Lodge Working Group in Butte. Thursday, BTAC at 8, survey review at 1:30, Jefferson River Watershed Council at 4, and it's Commissioner Haggerty's Friday. So nothing on Monday.
I got a library board meeting Monday night at 5:30.
Okay. Here.
Mountain City.
Okay.
Anything else on your behalf, Commissioner Birch?
I did not.
Nope. Okay, then, commissioner reports, Commissioner Doolittle.
I had no meetings last week. I just got hollered at on the phone a lot.
Everything but in person. Commissioner Kirsch.
All right, last week, Wednesday night, I had Clancy Water Sewer Board meeting. The engineers are working on a design of a production well, and that'll actually be 2 wells punched fairly close to each other for redundancy. Hopefully before June, they'll have those wells in the ground. Right now, we're working on an easement document with the landowner to actually get easement before we punch wells, of course, but.
Is that from the test well they did, Corey?
Okay. Yeah, right across from the legal tender there.
Yeah.
Test wells there, the other wells will be right next to
Right
it.
next to them.
Yeah. Lots of discussion on the lease versus purchase of the property. Problem with the purchase of the property is it would take time. We'd have to subdivide the parcel or whatever to chisel off a little for the water board. And that would take time, and the money they have is gonna expire really soon, so the lease option is gonna be the better of the two, and I think we can put in agreements in the lease that would get us almost to the same as if they purchased it, and we can put in a purchase option later in the future as well. So I think we can get everything done in a lease right now and get them so they can spend their money before it expires. Sorry, gotta let people in here. Let's see, anything else worth mentioning there? Pretty much moving forward with that well. Once we get good water, get a good system started, then we can start working on designing the pipelines and the storage tanks and all that, but that'll be after we get the wells put in. So let's see, what else did I do last week? I drove down to Dillon Thursday morning for that coffee and conversation with Judge, Chief Justice Corey Swanson and our judge, Judge Berger. Wanted to talk to commissioners and legislatures and whoever else got invited to that. It was pretty well attended. There's probably 30 or 40 people there, and just wanted to open conversation up because there's a little bit of animosity, I guess, between judges and legislatures, and when they legislate, the judges don't always agree with what the legislatures are doing and vice versa. So they just wanted to get everybody together and say, here's what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. And just get it out in the open before legislative season. So I didn't have anything to say myself because I don't get in the middle of that, but
I would say animosity is an understatement.
so at least they're being proactive. Corey Swanson is doing a great thing, getting everybody together just to get ideas out there and kind of get communication lines open way before the legislative season. So it was a good drive, beautiful to drive down through there. So it was worth going. I did not make it to RMDC. I think that was all I had last week, but this morning we had planning department update. She just kind of gave us a quick update on what she's doing. She's a very, very busy person. Working on consolidating the land, consolidating all her boards into one, what they call a land use board. Trying to think, it's the planning
Board of
board,
Adjustment, planning board and the zoning.
and the zoning
Zoning.
commission. We're gonna put all those into one board that's active all the time, which is the planning board, and luckily the law changed so we could do that. Makes it a whole lot easier when we have circumstances where we need the Board of Adjustments or whoever, because they're almost never needed, but if the planning board's active and going, they can jump off of that and go into a kind of change hats into a different board and make decisions on different things without us having to try to pull a board together every time we need a decision made on a land use something or other, so. So we'll probably, I think it's on the agenda next week to act on that. Working a lot on the floodplain stuff, it's just getting going in the county here. That's almost another full-time job for her. Still trudging through the update on the subdivision regulations. She's working on a grant to get our capital improvement plan, updated. And I think that's probably we'll probably hear, on that here fairly soon. They've been working on it since the end of last year, so it should be popping up here soon again.
Yep.
She's also heavily involved with the planning board in the city of Boulder, and they're working on their growth policy, so that pulls her some of her time away, but she's kind of the county representative on that board, so it helps us to be able to work closely with the town of Boulder, city of Boulder. And also she's working on RMD updates, the rural maintenance district updates. We're supposed to do those every year. We're kind of working our way down through the list of RMDs. The ones we need to get done worst and the most, we're hitting those first, so that was kind of her update. And we had Pam Hanna in here, our health nurse, and she just gave us a quick update on what she's been up to. Spiking the flu in February. I guess they had more in February than they did, I think, the whole flu season. Essentially, it kind of peaked in February anyway. She's seeing a decrease in vaccination rates. I think that's just a cultural thing right now. The COVID rates have slowed down. They had RSV in one child. She knocked on wood. Long-term facilities are doing really good right now. No outbreaks in long-term facilities. Usually when something's going around, they get it and then everybody's got it, but the long-term facilities are doing well. Staff's gonna do some immunization training in April. They're gonna attend a conference in Billings. Either Pam or Rochelle got asked to be on a panel for the state, I think, for the DPHHS there in the health conference in Billings. And she's working on health safety fairs. It sounds like she's got more than one to do this year. Did she say Clancy? Do you guys remember?
Whitehall.
Is it Whitehall?
Yeah.
So she'll do it in Boulder and do it in Whitehall. That's a pretty big deal for them. And I think that was all I had on the health nurse. You guys have anything to add? There's those morning meetings?
No, not at all. You covered
Nope.
everything, so
All
very
right.
good. So
That's
I
my
have to at
report.
least say one thing, I guess. I met last Wednesday with Whitehall Transportation down there, and Teresa and I met, and then the other crew. And things came to be that they were working on trying to get their grant. At that time, it hadn't been signed as such to be considered, but as of today, I've received notification from Teresa that it's been signed. Is that correct, Teresa? And it's supposed to be moving forward at this point. You want to add to that?
It's been signed, submitted, and it should have no problem being approved. And, July 1, we'll have our new contract.
Okay, thank you. Other than that, that's pretty much what we were talking about and covered. So now that that's gone, then, or now we're moving forward, we can go from there. So that's all I have. So that being said, now is the opportunity for public comment. At this point, anything that's not on the agenda, anyone is welcome to, we entertain those that would wish to say anything, but I ask that you identify yourself prior to saying anything. So is there anyone that wants to say anything during public comment? Nope, we're moving right along. Okay, we're gonna go to resolution 08-2026, to place weed mills on the ballot. Yeah, did you want to lead us on that, please? Or wait, I've got this here, and then you want to explain, would you like to present it? Otherwise, I'll read this. Go ahead.
I'll just, this has been, I can't remember when the inception of this actual resolution was. It's been before my time, and I've been the weed coordinator. This is my 15th season. So how this works is, it is a voter approved mill levy. We go out for vote every 4 years, and it funds, the biggest portion that it funds is our cost share program. which is huge. It gives a landowner an opportunity to be able to affordably, abide by the law, basically, because weed management is required by law. And so the biggest portion of this resolution, which is 3 mills every 4 years, we go out for vote for. And knock on wood, we've been successful since the inception of this resolution. So, the breakdown and the allocations of the mills are very specific in this resolution. And I just kept everything as it is, and the only adjustment is the value of the mill.
Okay, so is it my understanding then that these mills will expire when? As you're going out for this, for the ballot?
This year was last.
This one?
year.
Commissioners, you have any questions?
I don't think so. How many mills is it? Do you remember?
3.
3 mills? Okay. Did that adjust from our mill? I mean, is it a certain amount we got a mill for? Or is it just 3
It's
mills no
been
matter
3
what?
mills.
It's always been 3 mills, and
Okay.
the only financial adjustment is the value of the mill.
Right.
And so then.
So the value of our mills goes up, you actually get more for 3 mills. Yeah, okay.
And then if they go down, then.
So with legislation from the last session, voted mill levies are subject to 15/10/420.
Okay,
And they do get inflation or, so we say 3 mills, but it's, kind of based on that dollar amount,
okay,
but they are allowed inflation.
okay, gotcha. So it'll be the same as, so will it be the same as the last levy then? As far as the amount,
Depending on values.
depending on the value? Okay. All right, I'll talk to you about it later. I'm not sure what that new, that new rule is. Usually when you get 3 mills, it's the value of the mill, you get all that 3 times. But
Yeah.
if they're gonna put a cap on it, that's gonna be hard to figure out, I guess.
Well, and she has very specific things in here that would kind of follow with the budget for that, for what these mills would be used for. So,
Okay,
Like I said, the biggest one is the cost share program, and as an example, if the county purchases a bottle of herbicide at $80, it's going out to the constituent, and they have, I mean, there's criteria, they just can't come in, they have to be a land manager or within the Jefferson County, property lines, and they have to fill out a weed management, continue on that communication with me, and so then, it's gonna go out the door a little less than 49%. So it's a huge savings to them. And then we also offer rental equipment for a reduced rate. Education, I'm totally happy to go out, help them calibrate, whatever the situation may be. So, I mean, these funds are very, very crucial to our program to be able to have it at the standards that we've grown it to. So, like I said, knock on wood, over the last many years, we've been successful, but, times are changing. So, I mean, there is a significant concern.
you're sure asking a lot. It's $2.28 if you have a home worth $100,000, so that's pretty steep.
Well, yeah, I know. Isn't it terrible?
Not that there's a house worth $100,000 anymore, but
But I guess, but when you look at it like that, I'm glad that you brought that up, because that, just like I had said, and I think that's where I kind of have my work cut out for me, is to educate people as to what the tax impact is actually gonna be. So if you have a $600,000 home, which, that's pretty standard in this day and
Yeah,
age,
there's a few of those.
the annual tax impact is gonna be $15.66. But if you are required to purchase herbicides and, you don't have to use herbicides to manage your weeds, don't get me wrong, I'm not pushing that, but it's a program that we offer. I mean, in less than one sale of a jug of herbicide, you're gonna save that probably 3 or 4 times
Yeah.
in one purchase.
absolutely.
So, but that's gonna be a hard concept for me to reach say somebody that's on a very fixed income, like a Social Security only, it's, so I think I have my work cut out for me, but
I think you did pretty good.
yeah, thank you.
We're on Social Security, so you did
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, so I'll help you however I can.
And it's not a new tax. I mean, this has been going on year after year after year, so this isn't like we're just gonna throw, I don't know what it was. I don't know what the levy was prior to this, but it just depends on
30,
the,
yeah, 32, the mill at that time was 32,000 and now it's
Hmm.
30. So,
okay.
you know, I mean, so those
Just a little bit of a
actual
difference.
impacts have been literally a few dollars.
Yeah.
I think on a $300,000 home, it was what, 9 something?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but basically what you're voting on today is just to ask the voters if,
To renew that,
yes,
right.
so
And
you're
our
not,
mills are worth more, so it'd actually be less of a tax, so. All right,
Public have any questions for Jill, or if not, then I'm gonna entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve resolution 08-2026, placing the weed mill levy on the ballot.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, amend resolution 19-2025, fixed tax levies. Linda?
so, in September, you guys voted to set the tax mill levies, Elk Park Fire, their budget, they didn't have anything transferring to capital improvements. I don't think they've done a lot of capital improvements over the years. So the way that it penciled out with their budget was that there would be nothing milled for them. When the tax bills went out, a number of residents in the Elk Park Fire District got a hold of the fire district and said, why is there no money going to our fire department out of our tax bill? And they are working on some capital improvements, and I can't remember what all those are, but they are, you know, they recently restructured their board and their bylaws and everything, and they have some big projects. They asked the treasurer and I if it would be possible to amend their budget and put some money towards capital improvements and amend the mill levies for the rebill in May. And I apologize, Helen, I did not get this information to you ahead of time, but the amount would be 36.69 mils, which would generate about $14,536. So that's what they're asking for. I don't know where the resolution stands right now because I didn't get the information to Helen in time. But that's essentially what it's about. So I don't know if it needs to be tabled until the resolution can be fixed. But that's what it's about, is to rebill for Elk Park Fire for them to bring in $14,000 to amend their budget to help them complete some capital improvements projects that have been put off for a number of years.
Thank you. Council, does this need to be tabled at this point? Nature of the circumstances, without the paperwork in hand?
Probably.
Do we have some time, Ginger, to get this done?
Yes, so really the person that makes that this is difficult for is the treasurer, and she is on board with rebilling and fixing that.
Okay.
And so I will go under the bus and explain to her why it's not passed today. Hopefully it can be passed in 2 weeks.
Get it back on the agenda for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, other than that, that's it. So that's gonna be tabled. Like Commissioner Church said, we'll put it back on the agenda and then we'll take it from there. So other than that, does anybody have anything else? If not, that's gonna be it. Okay, other than that, we're gonna be adjourned then. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks, Teresa.
Yeah, thanks.